Contemporary organizations operating in a global environment are increasingly faced with the need to add clarity with respect to missions, values, and strategies in their organizations in order to balance long-range and short-range goals, to properly define results in order to help the organization earn above-average returns while achieving overall organization success. One of the primary means of accomplishing this level of success is to incorporate professional or formalized organization development. Organization development is a planned process of change in which an organization's culture is changed through the utilization of behavioral science, technology, and research. This brings about a planned change to increase an organization's effectiveness and capabilities. The organization will then experience an increase in effectiveness and health through planned interventions in their organization processes by using behavioral science knowledge. Professional organization development, or OD, is critically important for organization success in the 21st century. It's important at all levels of the organization, but in particular it's important for enhancing congruence between organizational structure, processes, strategy, people, and culture. It's important for developing new and creative organization solutions, and it's important for developing the organization's self-renewing capacity. Now, this has all come about because the organization theory paradigm has changed from an industrial perspective to a post-industrial perspective, thereby creating ambiguity and uncertainty among members of the organization. There are several key management and leadership points that affect successful organization development. Key point 1 in particular requires effective leadership in order to achieve successful organization development. Leadership is often defined relative to our perspectives of particular people we admire, believe, and are willing to support. And in successful organization development initiatives, it's important to find leaders that the organization members admire, believe, and are willing to support. Therefore, successful OD requires that the organization's present leaders continuously seek potential leaders within their organizations and then be quick to develop the leadership qualities within them. Great leaders have consistent, measurable personal qualities similar to these. The core qualities of integrity, honesty, compassion, and courage are particularly important for successful leadership in organization development initiatives. Post-industrial leaders follow the leadership wheel steps to bring about effective organization change. These leaders live with integrity and lead by example. They develop a winning strategy or big idea for their employees and organization members to focus on. They build a great management team, and they inspire employees to achieve greatness. They create a flexible, responsible organization, and they tie it all together with reinforcing management and compensation. Key point 2 emphasizes the fact that accurate knowledge is critical for the organization's survival. Organization strategy and knowledge acquisition will be seriously affected by 5 major global characteristics. These include the collapsing birth rate in the developed world, a shifting distribution of disposable income, the way performance is defined and measured, global competitiveness with the emergence of more Asian tigers and an increasing supply of unskilled labor, and finally, a growing incongruence between economic reality and political reality. Although there are many sources of knowledge, it is essentially a mental state of being familiar with or believing something through experience. These experiences are in the form of sensory and non-sensory acquisitions, and the knowledge that's acquired through these experiences in the form of explicit knowledge, that is, knowledge that is acquired through personal experience, or explicit knowledge, that is, knowledge that is codified or stored in information repositories. It's essential, too, that organization members need justified true belief. They need to know the difference between opinion and knowledge, and a successful organization development can help members become keenly aware of the differences. Individuals acquire knowledge in similar ways, but they interpret information relative to their cognitive diversity, which is strongly affected by their culture and environment. Incorrect interpretation of knowledge sources creates ambiguity, uncertainty, and anxiety in organization members. Successful organization development interventions, on the other hand, help leaders eliminate ambiguity, uncertainty, and anxiety from the organization, thereby creating an environment conducive to effective learning and effective knowledge creation. Key point 3 requires that we develop clear concepts of meaning and reality in order to create confidence among organization members. Meaning and reality are based on previous experience and traditions. Successful organization development, however, helps develop rational knowledge to produce accurate meaning from the environment and creates a sense of reliabilism where new knowledge is congruent with what is already known. Key point 4 emphasizes the fact that post-industrial organization theory produces a new paradigm that redefines our concept of the organization and workers' roles within it. Industrial-era management assumptions regarded the discipline of management as being business management only, and felt that there was only one right organization structure for any particular environment, and one right way to manage people. In addition, the practice of management assumed that technologies, markets, and end users were given, and accepted management scope as being legally defined and internally focused, and that the economy was defined simply by national boundaries. Additional industrial-era characteristics included the fact that industrial centers were factories mainly located in regional areas. They were staffed mainly by men. They were closed environments with an homogeneous workforce that had a low education level, that lived within a few miles of the job site, and had personal familiarity with colleagues and the environment. In addition, information dissemination was largely contained within central repositories, and it was largely implicit, built around the master-apprentice relationship and transfer of knowledge. All in all, it was a stable and certain environment. In the post-industrial era, however, organizations expanded their interest into multiple regions and even globally. They're composed of a heterogeneous workforce composed of people from around the world and many different regions. Information dissemination has increased in volume and availability due to technology. Explicit information, explicit knowledge is now available through information resources that are centrally located and codified. Implicit knowledge, however, is still being used in the master-apprentice relationship and in terms of developing creative ideas. The environments are fairly open rather than a closed environment. The result, however, is ambiguity, uncertainty, and anxiety. Organization development's post-industrial perspective of people and culture holds that people are more than an autonomous industrial resource, that organizations exist to serve human needs, and recognizes that there is a shift from predominantly manual work to knowledge work. In addition, organization development places emphasis on employee diversity and stresses the importance of improved employee education levels. Successful organization development recognizes the fact that employees take their worth from their field, not their company. Consequently, organization development seeks to create an organization where employees lead a fulfilled existence and make effective contributions to the organization's success. Successful organization development bridges industrial and post-industrial periods. Organization development recognizes these characteristics in the industrial and post-industrial periods and creates a perspective that bridges these differences to enable organization members and leaders to properly understand their environment, thereby eliminating uncertainty and ambiguity. The major benefits of successful organization development is that it provides more clarity with respect to missions, values, and strategy. In addition, organization development helps provide management and develop effective leaders by assisting managers in learning to look for, to develop, and to test the organization that fits the task, and to make productive the specific strengths and knowledge of each individual. Organization development brings effectiveness to the practice of management by emphasizing that not technologies, nor just in use, is a foundation for management policy. They are merely limitations. Furthermore, the scope of management is not simply legal. It has to be operational. That is, it has to embrace the entire process. It has to be focused on the results and performance across the entire economic chain of the organization. In addition, organization development interventions emphasizes that management exists for the sake of the organization's results. It must start with the intended results and organize resources to attain those results. Organization development addresses human uniquenesses by recognizing that other people are as uniquely different as we are, and helping managers recognize and develop their subordinates' unique way of thinking, their personality differences, their problem-solving skills and differing values, as well as their unique strengths. By doing so, leaders avoid the possibility of building a staff of clones. In addition, organization development recognizes that people acquire knowledge in unique ways to them, and that their idea of truth can be relative, as is their concept of reality and meaning. The case for professional organization development is compelling. It is an important tool for increasing an organization's effectiveness and health through planned interventions in the organization's processes, using behavioral science approaches, thereby improving leaders' clarity with respect to missions, values, and strategy, by helping the managers and leaders balance long-range and short-range goals, properly defined results, to earn above-average revenue and achieve organization success.